All right, let's see. Please read my profile before sending me your spam. Let's talk about what emails are really for and how you can create sales without being a spammer. Here we go. Welcome back to This Baker Life. We are going to cover today how to get appointments more often and how to do it quickly. We're going to do this in like 5 minutes. Are you ready for this? Do not stop this video. Watch it all the way to the end. We got lots here. So, first things first. When we are contacting sales leads, potentially, we are reading their profiles, right? How many of you are not doing this? If you are any type of salesperson, I don't care what you're selling, B2B, B2C, anything, especially C-suite, do not send an email if you have not read the person's profile. Do not. There is nothing worse as an executive or as somebody who's super busy than getting a profile or an email from somebody who has not even taken the time to read your profile. How many lead generator emails have you gotten on your LinkedIn profile lately where they don't even know what you sell or what you do, and they're trying to sell you lead generation? How are you going to generate leads for me when you have no idea what I do? Because I'm going to tell you in this video how you can generate leads and generate appointments super easily without ever talking about what anyone does. And that is so important to get this email. If I wish I could show it to you, if it wasn't going to violate somebody's privacy, this email I just got was at least 3 pages in length, talking all about what they do, how they do it, trying to sell me their entire product based off my LinkedIn profile that they didn't read, and I would never be able to use their product, not once, because I don't do what they're asking me to do. So if that's the case, how am I going to use what you're offering? And yet you tried to spew the entire sales value proposition for your entire product to somebody who could not even use the product. Now, if you're guilty of this, it's not because you don't know how to sell. It's not because you don't know what you're doing in life. It's not because you don't know how to communicate, and it's certainly not because you don't know how to read. I know you know how to read people's profiles. But it's that we're so rushed and we're so compact in our schedules nowadays that we copy and paste and we send out canned emails and we don't worry about who it goes to, and we don't even concentrate on whether or not that person qualifies or even would need the product that we're offering. This happens too often. And so what we need to do, if you want to get more appointments, first of all, you need to be a little bit more focused. The second thing is, remember that your reach out, whether you believe cold calling is dead or whether you do this via email, whatever you do, even if it's a phone call, your object for the first communication with any sales lead is to simply get a real appointment. Sales nowadays, and anytime really, has always been about relationships. It still is today. LinkedIn was never developed as something you were supposed to sell the entire product on, ever. It was never something that was supposed to be that way. And so it was always supposed to be a lead generation system, a way to connect people that otherwise would never have connected before, and then encourage them to meet in person. Go and have a lunch. Go and have a dinner. Go have a coffee. Meet in person and have a real sales conversation. It generates leads for you that you can actually use that you never would have gotten before, but you still have to meet the people you're talking to. So if that's the case, then the only goal we have in the initial conversation, in the initial reach out that we make, whether it be through LinkedIn messaging, which now is probably ruined in many cases for a lot of you because you probably don't read anything that you get in there because it's always spam, to email conversations, to phone calls, it should be just to get the conversation going, just to have a phone call. Anybody who's dealt with us here at BHB TV knows that when we reach out to you for the first time, it's simply to say, hey, we've got a great product that we think could probably benefit you, but I'd love to have a conversation about it. Are you available in the next week or two, or even in the next few days, to book a Zoom, to have a phone call, to get together in person, to be able to go for that coffee so that we can have a further conversation and I can show you, by learning about what it is that you do in more detail, how our product can match what you need. So we talked yesterday, if you haven't seen that video about the wait, the why am I talking, you need to combine that and intend that as you even reach out for the first time, right? In your first reach out, you need to say that you're going to be listening, but you are going to be listening at a real conversation, at a real appointment. Okay, so this is so important because it doesn't have to be a one-liner, hey, can we meet for coffee? That's still a no. You need to understand that you have to put them as almost like your most important client, that you've read their profile, that you think you have a match, but guess what? I don't know the world. I don't know your world. I want to sit down, learn about your company more, or learn about what it is that you do more so that I can see if what I think fits actually fits. And I'm going to do that by asking you questions, and we are going to get to know each other, and we'll see if the solution fits. The only goal that you have when you are reaching out for the first time, email, phone call, in message, whatever it is, even on social media, direct messaging, is the goal to get an appointment, to get a phone call, and to talk to somebody. Do not oversell. Do not put every piece of your product in that email. Only put one thing if you have to. Just give it a general description if you need to, but make sure that you've read their profile so you know it matches so that they'll actually want to book that phone call with you. The big key again is get the call. Once you get that call, you're in. You're halfway in. By the time you get somebody on the phone, usually they are either not willing to buy maybe necessarily yet, but they're certainly more open to it than they ever were when they first received your email. You cannot sell a product via email. It will not work, but you can sell the appointment. And it's the same thing for the first phone call. It's the same thing. Even if you're making your first phone call, can I book a time that you have more time to talk to me in more detail about what it is that I think I can help you with? And I want to sit down and I want to learn more about you, learn more about your family, learn more about what it is that you do so that I can make sure that what I have for you actually fits some of the needs that you have. And most people will be very, very open to that. They'll book the appointment and they will have something set where they're kind of already sold a little bit. They're at least further down the road in that pipeline simply because you've bothered to learn what they do, bothered to learn that it matters, bothered to tell them that they matter and what they need matters, and that you're going to come and sit down and talk to them about it. That's your sales tip for today. Under 10 minutes. This Baker Life. Make sure you like and subscribe and go and try this. Try this today. Comment. Let me know how it went. This is the best way to do this. Make sure you're booking the appointment only in the first reach out. Thanks for watching.